Guys, welcome. Of course you've been watching the record run, but this today is going to be a behind the scenes video of a practice session for me. And we've also got this, the brand new 4th gen iteration of the HackMotion wrist sensor. I think this could seriously help improve my game, so we're going to go test it out today. So of course, you know, if you've been watching me and watching the channel for a while, you know I've been using HackMotion for a good 2 to 3 years now. But of course, as I said, this is the 4th gen iteration of the device. And I had a little sneak peek in here, but as you can see, it is a little bit different to what we have seen before. Firstly, just looking at it, it looks a lot smaller. It's in fact 25% smaller than the 3rd iteration of the device. It's actually got this brand new silicone housing with the sensor and the wrist strap. So yeah, it's looking completely different. It's a lot lighter as well. So I guess the thing for me for training aids is if I've got a training aid, I want to almost, especially a sensor, something on the wrist, I don't want to know that it's on my wrist. So the lighter this can be and the smaller it can be, the less interference it's going to have with my game when I'm hitting shots. And it's just gonna almost act as if it's not on the wrist, but of course it's measuring a lot of different things as well. And there's also something very unique about this device this year that they've never done before, and it's actually this part. So it's the non-adjustable strap this time, whereas before we used to have a glove clip which clips on top of the strap of the glove, but now it comes with these 3 non-adjustable straps, and they'll all fit different hand sizes. As you can see, the smallest one, you've got the biggest one here, and you've got the medium, what I've got on my wrist. And why that is so clever this year is that we actually now wear the glove on top of the HackMotion device. And for me, why I've used HackMotion for so many years now and why it's important to me is if we think of us as golfers, why we hit shots left, why we hit shots right, why we hit shots high and low, it's to do with how this club face is presenting itself to the ball at impact. And for me, when I do studies and coaching and all this stuff that I've done in the past, if we think of how the hands are on the golf club, hands can grip the golf club in many different ways, and that all influences this thing here, the club face. As well as that, our wrists make some movement during the golf swing. They do a lot of different things, and again, that's influencing the club face and the direction that that loft is pointing in at the time when it matters at impact. And now, if we go back to the HackMotion of what we can actually physically measure, what our hands are doing on the golf club in space, in time, it's the only thing that can measure it really. So that's why I've put so much trust in this product. That's why I've used it for a good handful of years now. So let's give it a go. Okay, we're going to pick the arm up to 45 degrees and we are calibration finished. And look at that, we have the 3D model of our lead wrist and lead hand, and straight away we're getting flexion and extension numbers of that lead wrist. So that is how simple that device is to get on the wrist. And that's another reason why I love it as well, is because when we use training aids, we don't want them to be too invasive. We don't want them to take too long to set up as well. But as you can see, straight on the wrist, ready to go. So if we start practicing, and now it's telling me to hit 5 shots, and then it's going to give me some information about what I'm doing. So we're just going to run through that to begin with. And as you can hear that sound, it means it's registered that shot that you've hit. So it's a nice little noise you want to hear after hitting a golf shot. Nice shot, just fading onto my target, what I've been trying to work on. And this guided practice session, it's guided because it's gonna give us some information after we've hit these 5 shots of what we could potentially be doing well or what we could potentially be doing wrong in our swings. So of course for me, I'm hoping I'm gonna be in some good ranges of things that I've been working on, but for you as an amateur golfer watching this video, if we're completely out with something on our swing, maybe it's an open club face, maybe your club face has been getting really strong, it's going to tell you hopefully exactly what you've been doing in your swing to hit those shots. A good shot. I tell you what, one thing I am noticing about this one compared to last year's, it is seriously light on the wrist, and I actually quite like how it's tucked underneath the glove now. I know it's giving us improved signals as well for the sensor when it's closer to the wrist as opposed to on top of the glove. Cool, and that's the 5 shots hit. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got to work on. Okay, so we've hit our 5 shots and now we've got the 5 shots here on the app screen and we can cycle through them. So shot number 1, it's telling us we was in the green for the casting that it was potentially recommending that we was doing. And it's actually quite a good thing because if you've watched the last lesson video, you can see that something that we worked on specifically with driver was actually getting the head of the club to accelerate a little bit more to square the loft. If we was getting on top of it and squeezing the ball to the right, it's often when we was holding this angle for too long. So it's almost the opposite of casting. So for me, again, every golfer is a little bit different. For me as a golfer, I really don't want to be holding angles and getting this lead arm and club shaft angle too acute on the way down, because it's often going to mean that I'm hitting it a little bit out to the right. So it's actually a new thing as well that we've got this lead arm and club angle, so it's quite a nice one to reference if we are striking the ball badly. Shot 2 was okay, shot 3 was okay, shot 4, okay, here is where it's picked up that I'm actually in that medium range, that orange range, which is just off the edge of green. So shot 4, telling me I was casting a little bit, shot 5, exactly the same. So if we go down, we can actually get drills specifically for this drill now. So drills for casting, we've got a recommended drill, which is the slow float load drill. And we're getting a little demonstration of the drill specifically and what we need to do, which is really cool. Okay, let's get straight into it. Start drill. Okay, so it's telling me to go to the address position. So we'll give this a go. Okay, that's registered, go to the top, come down, you can hear that angle, perfect, in range. So you could see very clearly from the app, it was telling me when I was in a good position, you could hear it, and it was telling me when I was in the wrong position. So it's almost like, say I had Pete here watching me behind, that is Pete in my iPad there. So let's give that another go. So start at address, go to the top. I'll give you a bad example now. Okay, if I throw those angles, you can see it's red. Casting 37 degrees. You can see I really got rid of those angles on the way down and it gave me that instant feedback of what I was doing. Okay, let's go again. Go to address. Perfect. To the top. Okay, I'm gonna hold these angles now on the way down. Perfect, good rep. So if it's something that really puts you off your game, when you throw angles and you get behind the ball and you fat a lot of golf shots, then obviously if we hold this lead arm and club angle, you can see the head of the club moves further forwards and it can often give us a better strike. So this could be a very good drill if you are that golfer. Let's give it one more go. Okay, in range, very nice. I'm gonna look at it very specifically for me and what I'm doing and look at some other metrics that it measures and see how it can help our game. Okay, so something that I personally need to work on, if you've been watching me for a while, is that I've typically struggled with a left miss. So again, referencing back to my golf lesson, if you'll have watched it, we're always working on getting that club face a little bit on the weaker side of things. So a lot of amateurs will often miss target to the right, but as you become a better player, you often get the club a little bit inside and you start to miss left. So something that I've been always working on is how much cupping I've got of this lead wrist. If this lead wrist gets too flat for me, the face gets too strong, get the club inside, left is my best friend. But we don't want that. So I'm gonna use this now in a custom setting. We've actually got a few different sections of the app as well. So we've got the guided practice that we've just done. You're gonna hit 5 swings and then it's gonna tell you what you're doing. We've got the custom practice and we've got drills as well. So if it's something specifically that you know you're doing, you can head to the drill section and do it, but we're gonna head to the custom section. So again, something that I've been working on is when I get to the top of the backswing, making sure I've got enough extension of this lead wrist. Now extension is this way, if we're into flexion, we're this way. So I'm always working on trying to keep as much extension in that lead wrist as possible. You can see if I work the other way, goes into flexion, club face gets very, very strong. So I'm gonna set my custom benchmark. So whenever I go from 0 into any amount of flexion, I'm gonna get a red figure and no vibration. I'm gonna set that from 0 way up to minus, as far as I can go, minus 67, let's just use that as a number. We're gonna save those and we're gonna head into a practice session now. Go to the top, and I had it the whole way into the golf swing. And then of course we can invert those as well. So if I wanted to be vibrating when I'm in a bad position, I can set that as well. And if I want to feel nothing, I could set that as well. But I quite like having the feedback when I'm in the right position the whole time. If I did a bad swing on purpose now, when I move into more flexion, turned off, straight away I can feel that and I know it's a bad swing. So for me as a golfer, really, really good to have these physical feelings and actually hearing that as well. Okay, so I'm really happy with the way the long game is and all the data that I'm getting for hack motion. For me, practicing with it, I'm gonna hit a few shots with it on and then I'm gonna take it off, see if I can recreate what I've been trying to do, and then I might get it back on maybe towards the end of the session just to monitor things. But also a brand new feature that we've got that's been updated is the putting function from the hack motion. And as you'll have seen, if you've been watching the record run, our putting has not quite been where it needs to be. So I definitely am gonna head over to the putting green after I finish hitting some balls and test that feature out. And as you can see, we've got the guided practice again, which is gonna be very similar to what you've seen, hitting a handful of putts, and it's gonna give you some good things and some bad things about your putting stroke and where you can improve. We've got the custom practice where you can set your own parameters, and we've got the drills section as well, which is something that I'm gonna be doing. One thing that I'll have noticed, or I noticed specifically in the episodes that we've done already, is sometimes in certain moments where I've got a pressure putt, birdie putt, sometimes a par save, is that my rhythm gets a little bit out. And you can see there's 5 drills here, and one of them is a rhythm drill. So a rhythm ratio drill, and that's the one that I'm gonna do. So start drill, hack motion on the left wrist. I'm gonna calibrate again, flat wrist, in position, lift it up, boom, we're in. So let's give this a go. Okay, so you can hear it saying 1001 is my backstroke, hit, and then follow through. And then we've got a ball in there now. We're just gonna try and focus on creating that exact same rhythm. And I'm not really focusing on holding this putt, I just wanna get that exact same rhythm.
1001.
Perfect, in the green, we did it first time. So that's giving me a ratio of 1.9. Let's hit another one. 1001, 1001, 1001. So I'm hitting on 1.
1001. 1001. 1001.
That felt nice. Perfect, in range again, ratio of 2.0. I think for me, tempo is always something that, again, I said in certain moments it might change, but I feel like if I've got something like this, like a monotone sound in my head, when I have got that pressure put for birdie or for par, and we're trying to break a course record, I can refer to that and use it. Okay, rushed backstroke, that is very interesting. I definitely get that feeling of when I am on the golf course, I kind of rush it and just kind of push the putter. So let's take a little bit more time in a backstroke on this next one.
1001.
1001, that is nice. Perfect, back on that near to range 1.9. I'll tell you what, I love that. I absolutely love that. So hack motion, I guess, is covering all areas of the game for me. Today's been quite successful. I feel quite good with my game. We're going to head out, play some golf now. I think one thing for me specifically, I neglected just getting out here and practicing and just putting some time in to actually make sure that we're doing all the right things to shoot a course record. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you tune into the record run and hit the link down below where you can get your hands on a little bit of discount on a hack motion device. This is really good. I'm going to continue to use it. Yeah, keep getting better.